Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, this is Jay Jones, and you're listening to Outlaw Radio.
Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Hello, Cleveland. Back in town, baby.
Yes, we are. We had a weekend at Wellington, or in Wellington, Ohio.
Yes, we did. And welcome back, Outlaws. It's been one crazy weekend. Tonight's show is called The Titans of Industry. We have Marcus Berry on tonight. 36 gold, platinum, Juno Awards. Worked with all the artists like David Bowie. Worked with
Billy Idol.
Billy Idol, thank you very much. Carly Simon, Voivod. Set up drums for John Bonham from Led Zeppelin. Jason's his son, but
that's incredible. Carly Simon, boy, that goes back to the 70s, doesn't it?
That's true, and he worked on the song "You're So Vain," so that's even freaking better. That's amazing, right?
And this man is on our show in a few minutes. Well, I don't know, maybe longer than that.
8 o'clock. It'll go fast, though, Jim. Also on today's show, we have Stephen M. Walters. He worked with, I got to turn a few things down. He worked with all the artists across Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. He promotes artists worldwide. He works for a lot of the record labels. He's on the show. And then we also have Dan Portik from BVS Film Studios. Pretty cool, right?
Yes, it is.
We also came back to Cleveland with a little bit of a bug.
Yeah, I woke up this morning and my voice was just ridiculous. I thought I was sounding like this or something. There was no way I was going to be able to do the show. But then I sprayed some Zenify in my mouth, and it did the trick. I had a bad sore throat too. It took about a half hour for the Zenify to work, and now I have no sore throat. It's like boom.
Well, everybody, that's because he was a rock star. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, played all 3 days and blew out his vocals on Saturday afternoon, right?
I think that might have been my best performance Saturday.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, Sunday.
Definitely top
No,
5.
I mean Saturday. God, I'm
Saturday.
forgetting.
I know, it's weird because it felt like a Sunday. Also on today's show, we have Awaiting Abigail, brand new. We also have Mr. Moonlight, Matt J. Chase, Aaron Stahl, Carla Lynette. She's also an AMG Sony recording artist. We also have the debut of My World by My Cleveland Project, Mr. Moonlight, and me singing. Can you believe it? It's been forever.
The best part is the end where I'm playing the guitar solo.
Yeah, I think the best part is my singing, but
Oh, yeah, that's pretty close.
my Alice Cooper meets Doors vocals. Okay, also
You did a good job, though, actually.
it was a good time and it was a lot of fun. I hope they're listening. I hope maybe one day we could do it again.
Dave really knows how to coach people. You know, he's really good at that.
Yeah, I
knew
loved doing
exactly
the vocals
what he
16 times. It was great.
I had fun talking to everybody, that's for sure, while you were doing that. We were making fun of you. Not really.
No, it's good.
Not
We
really.
made fun of you too, how you
Okay.
couldn't
Well, then I...
figure out the right chords. It was great. No, all teasing aside, it was a good time. It was lots of fun. So we have that collab that we're going to play tonight. Zack Attack at 7:30. We kick off the interviews at 8. And we have a ton of stuff to talk about in the news. So let's kick it off, Jim, shall we?
Okay.
All right, so we talked about the boutique. I want to thank Andrea, Terry, Valerie, the vendors, the crew, all the bands. Thank you for a great time.
Oh, they were fantastic, all the bands. They were all so nice. They're also cooperative and, you know, just good-spirited. It was a good time. Everybody was into it.
Yeah, it was a really good time. I enjoyed myself. I got this hat from Valerie. If you're watching the show, thank you so much. We had a good time out there. I had a good time on the band bus with Matt Chase.
Oh,
and
that was
his
a
crazy
gas.
stories.
Yeah, he has 3 or 4 of them that we can't even talk about.
No, you kind of broke it a little bit on the live show when we were at the boutique, but we're not going to be talking about it tonight. But
No.
thank you so much, Matt, for enlightening us on your dating nightmares. It was awesome. All right, so on May 17th, we have a really big show going on. Thank you. On the 7th.
What show is that? I think I'm out of town.
Yeah, you're out of town, and we're partying without you.
I'm not home right now.
It's your birthday
Yeah, I know.
celebration, May 17th at Sacred Vortex.
And I can't wait.
All right, so Mr. Moonlight's going to be performing at 8 p.m. Then we have Dwayne Albert's Devil's Rodeo bringing the rockabilly cowpunk to y'all. Sacred Vortex is the newest crave in the city with healthy botanicals, creative kavas. They're located at 4125 Lorraine Avenue in Cleveland, Ohio.
And it starts at what time? Starts at...
Mr. Moonlight hits the stage around 8.
Yeah.
I guess we'll be up there whenever because we'll be enjoying our kavas and hanging out and talking to people. But he hits the stage at 8. He's going to play for about an hour. He has some friends coming up that's going to jam with him.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, Robert Sullen out there on saxophone, Tim Ginley on drums.
Hopefully.
We invited a whole bunch of people like Avenging Scarlet's Nick Caruso. We invited Matt J. Chase. I'm going to be there. It's going to be a blast. Matt Guga will be there.
I still have to call Tim Hammond and see if he wants to go. I should at least invite him.
Yeah, Tim Hammond. We're asking you, baby. Can you come and play bass for this guy? It'd be a hell of a show. Maybe we can hear some Joe Walsh. That'd be fantastic.
We're doing a couple of my songs. I think he knows some of them anyways.
All right, so that's happening May 17th, and that show is free, okay? So there's no reason why you can't come out, and you can't even be like, I don't want to drink and drive, because guess what? Sacred Vortex is non-alcoholic.
But
You don't need to drink alcohol at that place.
No, that is correct. You there's other stuff you can consume there to give you a really good feeling. It's the kava
Yeah.
and other... selected delicacies.
It gives you this feeling.
I never want to leave when I'm there. It's well, I have to leave now.
Yeah.
You know,
So
I think I have a. You could drink too much of that, right?
you can get a kava hangover, I think.
I think I did.
You could do too much of anything, Jim.
It really relaxes me. When I'm there, I can't believe how I feel. I said, this is better than alcohol by far.
Yeah, no hangover. If you drink too much, and maybe I don't know. We'll have to ask Dave that question.
I'm really mellow, but I'm driving, and it doesn't mess up the driving at all. I swear, at least it doesn't seem to.
No, your driving's bad anyway.
Yeah, so it's hard to tell. But I don't want to get up in the morning when I'm drinking that kava. I think I stayed in bed till like 12 noon or something, just so still mellow. I think the effect lasts quite a while.
Yeah, well, I love that feeling. It's very tranquil. It makes you feel great. And then the botanicals are great. They have ones that make you feel uppity. They have ones that make you feel mellow. If you have a headache, they have stuff for that. It's great. I love that place. So that's where May 17th is going to be happening for this guy's birthday. Mr. Moonlight's Adventures Around the Sun birthday party.
Unusual adventures.
Unusual adventures.
Yes.
And they are unusual.
Bizarre.
Off the rails. So I expect to see all you guys at his birthday party. Okay? Maybe we'll even make you a kava cake.
A kava cake?
Yeah. And since you love
a kava cake.
You love caffeine so much, maybe we'll juice it up with caffeine.
Oh man, that's the worst. I have these dreams that I can't even tell you.
All right. So also the May lineup coming up for the show is going to be cool. May 4th, we have Alan Fayer of World Zen coming on. We have Trashman Dean of the Let It Burn Band. And then we have Joe Davis of the Joe Davis Band coming on for interviews. On that show, we're going to be discussing Ohio cryptids. So, Matt Guka, you got your homework out there. Ohio cryptids, missing 411, all the weird stuff that happens in our national parks. That's going to be our stuff for that show. Cool, right?
Yeah.
All right, on May 11th, we have Witch Rune with Mickey Baby. Also coming on that show, the Local Haunts Dark Echoes show. Matt and Stacy will be on. On the 18th of May, we have Marty Schleckman and Josh Donato. And then on May 25th, we have My Cleveland Project coming on with Anthony Gonzalez of the Four Locos. And also, I forgot to mention this, stopping by on the show on the 11th is going to be one of the members from Avoid Dead, and they're going to be doing a shout-out and introducing one of the band's songs.
That
so we have
cool.
a full lineup. Sounds great, right?
Yes.
Okay, guys, our phone line is open. We're not going to be taking every call, but our phone line is open, so we do want to see it ring.
Our phone, we have a new phone, costs $50.
Yeah, we're going to use it for our hotspot when we go live remote, which probably will never happen again. We will also be using it for our phone line. So our hotline's open. The number is 216-484-5120. Right, and I tried to figure out what the letters were for 5120. I think it's J.
Oh, is it?
I was hoping it was like Java. That would have been cool. Or Java. Anyway, also want to send out a warm wish to Johnny Rocker. Get well, get better soon. We have some rock and roll to do, man. And don't need you in the hospital.
Didn't we mention him already on that? We're just doing a double time.
No, well, we mentioned it on the Facebook Live.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so we're now mentioning it on Outlaw Radio Nation's show.
Hopefully, some of you that are listening now heard our pre-show little Facebook posts that we do. Those are pretty cool. We get quite a few views. It's getting better and better.
Yeah, we did 180 views over the past 3 days on all the platforms with the live show, which nobody really knew we were going live, so that was really cool.
Yeah, it was surprising, actually.
One of the shows is nothing more than a playlist that we're running through. And I think my microphone's a little too high. Let's pull it down. Get down low. Yeah, it was a good time. So how about we play some tunes?
Oh, that sounds good. I'm running out of things to say.
All right. I do want to say we opened up the show with Convey the Signs. The song is called Suffering. They are on Iron Gate Records. And that was the first song we played, followed by my band, the Black Roses. We did Dead and Gone.
That was good.
It needs to have the drums up a
I
little
was
bit.
gonna. Yeah, you did say that, and I agree.
Okay. So,
Did you mix that?
you know, I can't even remember if it's
You wouldn't have mixed that with the drums solo.
No. I think it's a rough mix, and I actually think I got it confused with the master. So
okay, that makes
might
more
be the
sense.
issue.
Because yeah,
I was in a hurry this morning, Jim, to get all this done. I worked on this show for about 3 or 4 hours, so.
and you didn't feel well either, right?
No, I didn't feel great. I was like you this morning. I was hungover on pot.
Oh, I didn't.
My lungs were screwed.
Oh, I was really bad.
Shouldn't smoke so much. But I had a good time. That's all that matters in life. Okay, so debuting on the show, this is brand new. This is Awaiting Abigail with Bad Mind. Check it out. Coming at you live from Outlaw Radio.
Okay. quickly.
Here we are, Outlaw Radio. Can you guys hear us a little bit better? I was thinking maybe I had things turned down a little too much. What do you think of that?
There's always something. Oh. So that song was pretty good, I would say. Very nice bass guitar playing. I like it when the bass is actually playing along with the drummer. It helps the music sound good.
Yeah, that was Awaiting Abigail with Bad Mind. Pretty cool song, right?
Really cool.
Yeah, it was a good time. All right, so I'm going to get back into the news here. Coming on soon, we have the Zack Attack, and we're going to be getting ready for that. So just hang on with me 1 second as I fix some stuff up here.
You know, if anybody that watches us, you're going to notice that we don't look up all the time at the clock like this. We decided that was not cool, so we have got myself a little $3 clock at Walmart, and it's right there, so we don't have to look up all the time and like we're looking for the clouds.
Yeah, sometimes I still look up there, though, for sure.
Those chemtrails are always interesting. I hear there's sulfur, actually, in those chemtrails.
I saw a whole bunch of them today. They're all over the place.
Oh, you know what I noticed today at about 12? I didn't see one chemtrail, and I thought, wow. But I guess you did, so it's still going on. Did you hear that it's sulfur that they release?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And I'm sure they do all kinds of different things, but they're trying to block the sun from the earth. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I thought clouds did that. Why do you need more clouds to do that?
I don't know. Did you happen to see the United Kingdom is doing like a blacking out of the sun? That they're going to try to black out the sun to cut down the solar rays or something like that?
Yeah, that's what I'm referring to, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that's nuts.
So, Zack
anyway.
Attack is going to be coming on.
He'll be on in about 1 minute. Yeah, Matt Guga said, chemtrails are real, bro. They are real.
I had a friend that was really into that and really concerned about that like 20 years ago. His interest. He's no longer with us, but he was right. It seems like.
Yeah. So that was Awaiting Abigail that we played. It was a cool song. I liked it. They're brand new to us. That's Bad Mind. They have a few more songs that we're going to play, not tonight, but over the time period, we'll be playing them.
That was good.
Right. And Janine Springs said, lots of heavy metal. Not the great music. And not the great music. I'm not sure what that means.
I'm not sure. Well, that wasn't metal, though, was it? That was more like hard rock or something.
It was like hard rock.
You need the growl and other kind of things to make it metal.
The whole time, Jim Bellinger was talking the whole time during that song playing. I'm trying to figure out the audio because Joe Davis out there said it was low. But everything is working correctly, and I think it sounds pretty good. Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Pretty cool, huh? So I'm excited. Zack Attack will be on maybe just 1 minute, and then after that, we're going to play a couple more tunes. And then, before Mark Berry comes on, we are going to do the debut of my Cleveland Projects.
Oh.
Jim Bellinger on lead guitar, myself on vocals. They wrote the song. We came in and had a good time, right?
Oh, it was a great time,
and
right.
We did the song called My World. And we're going to debut that right before Mark Berry.
Jeff, when we were at Dave's, Jeff had a shot or a half of a shot of some whiskey or bourbon, was it?
Yeah, bourbon.
$900 for this bottle of bourbon. I took a little teeny couple drips of it, and I never tasted anything like it. It was really cool.
I was like, look at all these whiskeys, Jim. And Jim looks over at me and he goes, one of those is like $900 for the bottle. And I was
said,
like,
no way. Yeah, right.
I moved it away.
Boy, he zoomed in on that right away. I mean, Jeff, where'd he go?
I must have had 2 shots of that.
Did you really?
Well, I sipped it because it was so dang strong.
It was so smooth. I can't even describe it.
Yeah, it was delicious. Thank you so much, Dave. It was wonderful. All right, so joining the show in just 1 second, the Zack Attack will be with us. So I got to get ready for you, Zach. So just hang on, buddy.
Is he with us right now? I think I see him there. Is he working now? In his car?
Yeah, he's working. Well, not in his car, but he is working.
Oh, okay. Well, he's working at the Mac.
Yeah, he is. So here we go, Zachy. It looks like he's Yes, he's in his car. The
Of
Zach
course.
Attack. Welcome to the show, buddy. We're so happy to have you here.
Hey, how's it going,
Zach
Outlaw?
Attack. Everybody, the Zach Attack.
Hey,
You're looking
how
good.
goes it today? Sorry in advance,
All right, go
by
ahead.
the
We
way.
might
We're
let you
fucking
talk.
around. We might let you
No,
talk.
no, that is okay. I'm still, every time, happy to be a part of this. Except I do apologize in advance for the boutique. I heard and saw that it went phenomenal. And I heard from Jeff that even I was talked about. So I apologize in advance that I was not there for this time.
Yeah, you suck.
So I will apologize in advance for that, but I think I can make up for it a little bit here.
I think you will.
But I do want to ask though, Mr. Moonlight, I heard that you were playing Alice in Chains. How did that end up going?
Well, I think people liked it. I played it the Thursday and Saturday. A lot of the vendors said you got to do Alice in Chains, more Alice in Chains. So I think I tore it up on Rooster. Did I?
Oh,
or not?
oh,
Yeah, you did a
wow.
good job. There was a
Okay.
lot of people that really loved it. And then they were super excited to see that he was playing the third day, some of the vendors, because they were really digging Alice in Chains.
Yeah, they were.
I've-
You can't go wrong with them.
no,
Did
you
some good ones,
cannot.
too.
Matt Guka said, hey,
Yeah.
Zach, I'm ready to learn some stuff, so let's hear it. What do you got
Yeah.
for us this week, Zach Attack?
I'm going Old Testament this time. I wrote everything down on a note card this time. Old Testament for it. But
All right.
so with number one for today, there hasn't been much since the last time I was on, but I did see that Metallica launched a 2025 M72 World Tour in Syracuse, and they broke an attendance record. So like we were saying last time, they're still solid, and the older guys can still hold their own, for sure. Attendance record in 25 for Metallica still. So that's pretty strong.
Hey, Zach, I
Um,
heard that they were going to be playing in Vegas at the Sphere. Did you hear that? That
Wow.
Lars Ulrich is agreeable to it. I guess everything goes through that dude, the little guy.
Yeah, it seems to lately. I've seen that.
And I
Like,
heard a rumor that Lars Ulrich is married to a man.
oof.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Oh, no.
No. Actually, it's a trans man.
Really?
But there's nothing wrong with that either. I just wanted to
Of
point that out.
course not. It's just, I guess you, I guess you wouldn't have seen it coming, huh? Really,
Maybe
Jeff?
That was a mistake.
Are you sure it isn't Amanda instead of a man? Wouldn't that be funny?
Yeah. Adam and Steve instead of Adam and Eve.
Adam and
Oh, boy.
Steve.
All right, go ahead, Zach.
well,
Let me
no,
derail you.
No, you're good. So for number two, this is another one of the 90s and in the early 2000s. They started in the 90s, but Green Day finally gets their own Hollywood Walk of Fame star. That was also something that came up. Like, feels long overdue, but maybe not. But I did see that, so credit to them. They wound up finally getting one. And now, in the midst of number three, Rob Zombie, who has done film, music, and what seems like everything in between, he now has a book coming out in September of 25. So just when you think that he couldn't do any more, he decides to start writing
That's
for
really cool.
books. So I saw that and I'm like, huh, how about that? You know, his movies didn't suck. I personally didn't hate them, but people wanted him to stick to music. So he said, fine, I'll write a book.
What was the book called again?
That I didn't see the book title. I just saw that he was in the process of almost releasing it. It's kind of like a little in the hiding, but
Yeah.
it was just.
Is it called I'm Rob Zombie and You're Not Bitches?
And but Jeff, I did see this because I looked it up for you. As we talked about last week, I've got some Godsmack news.
All right, let's
More-
hear it, man.
More from what they were saying. But you might actually hate this a little bit. So
All right.
they have fill-ins for that tour that they're doing. But the fill-ins for the guitar and the drummer is someone from Evanescence,
Oh.
unfortunately. and a guy named Sam Bam Colton, who is from another band. I forget right off rip the name of that band that he's from. But I knew Jeff's not the biggest fan of Evanescence, and when I saw that, I'm like, did they really have to pick them? I mean, I get it, but I I guess
Bring
they
me to life.
I guess in a sense they found a saving Abel, you know, that somebody. So this rounds us off to number 5 with the community question for Outlaw Society and you two.
Well,
But
hold
the
on one
top,
second, Zach. I just want to point this out. I don't hate the band members of
Evanescence.
Evanescence. I just hate her singing. Her singing is
Yeah,
freaking awful.
yeah, it's not the good kind of ear piercing, is it?
No, it's awful. That's the only
But
time I took a break at Inkfest was when she was playing.
yeah, I remember
So
you
I'd rather
telling
go
me
to the
that.
porta potty than to listen to her singing. It's like operatic.
Ooh.
It's awful.
Yeah,
You'd hate it, Jim.
Oh, okay.
that's
Opera
why
kinda-
that's
It's
why I
not
was
opera, but
thinking.
it's just awful. All right, go
That's
ahead,
why.
Zach. Don't mean to stop you.
No, you guys are all good, all good. But this is the community round, the final fandom for number 5, and it's you guys. How much do you guys know about Iron Maiden?
A little bit,
Honestly,
man. Run
a
to the
little bit.
hills. Number of
Of
the
course,
beast.
yes.
666.
So I've been seeing this, and it's actually puzzling me. And it's on countless different, like if you look it up on the internet, it's on countless things, and it's the fact that they have asked the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame to stop nominating them, and every time I see this, I'm puzzled because they're not exactly a young group. With the what we were talking about last time with the Led Zeppelin reunion and all these older groups, Iron Maiden's up there with them. And I ask you guys, why would you not want that kind of recognition? You know, why would you not?
You want to answer that, Jim?
Yeah, I don't get it either. Maybe they're. You said they've been on many times and never won.
No, for nominating for to get even in there for
Yeah,
the
they've never
public
been
to.
Oh,
nominated.
they've never been nominated. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they have. Yeah, they have.
Oh, they have been
Oh, they have been
nominated. Okay,
nominated, have they?
Oh yeah.
That's what.
How many times have they been passed over?
No, they're asking to have them stop nominating them. They're personally asking.
Oh, I follow you now. So they don't want to be nominated.
Maybe they're sick
Correct.
of losing, and not winning it. And maybe they hate it.
Well, Janine Springs said, the rock and roll nominations are a joke.
There is a lot that goes into. I was there last year, and Rage Against the Machine had just got in, and they just give you a little corner in there of the brand new inductees. But even still, in my thoughts, if you're a band and professionally chose to pursue music, even long ago for Iron Maiden up until the current day, you know, the Rock Hall would kind of be like getting your Super Bowl ring, you know, and the fact that you don't want that chance kind of just kind of confuses me. Like why
Well,
you
Zach,
would tell them to stop,
I'll tell you
you
this.
know?
I know everything there is to know about being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. We should have that discussion sometime. I did a
Yeah.
whole thing about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and how you get inducted, how they have a chair committee, and how it's voted on. And
How
it's
many
amazing how it's
how
done,
long
but
does it take?
it takes a while. And they have this is the one thing that a lot of people don't realize. They have a huge backlog of
Oh,
artists. A
mhm.
huge backlog. And the other thing is, people came down on them because they didn't have enough female artists in the Rock Hall. So just
I'm
like
not
in real life, in
surprised.
DEI, we have to include special groups. So you can't leave out minorities when you even come to
Hmm.
voting for the Rock Hall. So just like everything, Zach, everything's political. It's the way it is. It's life.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, but it was all done on the note card, and I maybe you guys enjoyed it again. It was just but there really wasn't much that was like in the bold,
Yeah.
as far as that goes this time. There was
Well,
some,
I'll
but
tell you this, Zach. When I can't speak. When Mark Berry comes on the show, I'm going to ask him a couple questions, like why would Iron Maiden not want to be inducted?
yeah.
What's up with Motley Crue canceling that tour? What's up
Yeah, I
with
remember you
Led
saying you
Zeppelin
were
being
going to
on
do
the road?
something with Alice in Chains and mentioning it to Mark. I remember.
Yeah, so we
And
got a
yeah,
lot going on. And as always, you were informative. How's your day going at the Mac?
oh, we had a
Anything busy?
50 today. Yeah, we
Good.
had a 50 top today, and but I've been holding it down, and
I'm so
I'll still
happy I
do it
missed it.
till. I don't blame you for saying that. But-
All right,
So
so
yeah, I mean,
yeah,
and
man,
I
good
know you.
job. As
Oh, for
always,
sure.
you're killing it.
I keep trying. I
You
keep
know.
trying. As long as the national acts keep providing, I'll be around.
Yeah, for sure. All right, well, we'll be seeing you very soon, Zach. I want to thank you for coming on the show. You have
Of
an
course, of
awesome
course.
day. It's the Zach Attack on Outlaw Radio. Take it easy,
All
baby.
all
See
right,
you
Mr.
later.
Moonlight, Outlaw Radio Society. I'll see you guys next time.
All right, you be good. You take it easy. We love you, Zach, and I'll see you at work soon.
Love you guys too, Outlaw. See ya.
Later, babe. Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, this Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Aren't they like picking the best of the best, right, all the time?
Well, they're
At least what-
picking the
at least-
best of the best of every single category.
Okay, so every year that goes by, say there's a pyramid, okay, envision a pyramid or a triangle, and then after 30 years, you don't have the top anymore. Eventually, we're going to get the worst of the worst if at the way it's going, and they're inducting so many people. They're going to, my prediction, they're going to have to start a new Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and start all over again.
Well, listen, it was supposed to just be Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. So if you really wanted to be technical, rap, R&B, heavy metal, some of those other artists wouldn't be included in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But it's open to all genres.
So it's not really rock and roll is the key.
No.
Maybe it started that way, but things have changed.
Well, your early blues, R&B, funk, all that stuff was based off of early 50s rock. Alan Freed, baby. You got it all started in Cleveland.
Yeah, he did. What was that show? The Moonlight Show? I forget.
Coronation.
I forget.
Moondog Bowl.
Yeah, Moondog.
I remember I
How
went
do you know that?
I went to the Moondog Bowl and saw Chuck Berry when I was a kid.
Did you? No.
Yep, before he passed.
Well, I would think so.
Chuck Berry. Kiddies, I saw him play live in Cleveland. And I believe it was at Public Hall. They did the
Wow.
coronation ball, and it was like a celebration before they started the petitioning to have the Rock Hall in Cleveland. Yep.
Tactical nuke incoming!
In just 15 minutes, we have Mark S. Berry, AMG Sony, 36 Gold Platinum Albums, Juno Awards, attending the show. Are you excited? Because I'm super excited. We're going to ask him some questions about rumor stuff. We're going to ask him about what he's got going on. He filled me in on some stuff, but I'm just going to let him talk.
Good plan.
Yeah, and we're going to see what Mark Berry is up to.
Isn't this the third time he's going to be on the show? Something like that.
Yeah, well, we've never had him on Outlaw Radio. This is his debut on Outlaw Radio. Okay. Hey, do you see the little T-shirts in the back? We have our T-shirts in. I had to point that out, and I'm staring at the Outlaw Radio thing. But our banner's coming soon. I just wanted to hang those up for everybody. Cool, right?
You just said that Mark has never been on the Outlaw Radio show?
He has never been on Outlaw Radio. He has been on Loud and Local. You've been on Loud and Local when Mark Berry was on.
Oh, okay.
He came on
that's
the November
right. It
show.
was Loud and Local, yes.
Yep, Loud and Local. I had him on my first show with Lisa Summers when she was with me on Loud and Local. And then we had another person that filled in for a short period of time. And then before Jim Bellinger. And then Jim Bellinger came on board. We did the July show, the August show, September, October, November, December. January?
February?
Maybe no,
See, I know
January.
my months too.
Yeah, we didn't do February, March, April, May, June. I think we let that go, didn't we?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. Well, we started Outlaw Radio last October.
Oh boy, time flies.
Time flies. We're in our 6th full month, and we're having a great time. And we want to thank Cleveland.
And the rest of the world.
I don't know. I keep hitting that wrong one. I keep hitting that.
Oh yeah.
And I don't mean it, Cleveland.
We didn't mean to knock Cleveland just then, but
Yeah.
we have more fans in England, I think, than we do in Cleveland, to tell you the truth. I'm not kidding.
It is true. It is a fact. We have a big fan base in the United Kingdom, Canada, and Australia.
Cleveland.
Cleveland.
Wah, wah,
Cleveland, you need to
wah.
bring it up, baby. We're from Cleveland, so let's get it rocking, baby. We're the Rock Hall. We're Outlaw Radio. We're playing your music. We're supporting your endeavors. We have your back. Cleveland, Ohio, we have your back.
Preaching.
Preaching. Hear my truth. Singing to the choir.
Hey, that was a good note,
Yeah, was it good? Did I hit the right note?
I think.
All right, so we have something very special, Jim, because we have Mark Berry coming on the show. So we have the debut of My Cleveland Project, Jim Bellinger, and myself doing the song My World. Are you guys ready for it?
You mean now?
Are you ready for it?
Right now?
Right now? Or do you want to hold off? Do you want to wait?
Jeff's singing on this.
We can wait.
I want to hear it right now.
We can make them wait. It's our freaking show. I almost dropped the F-bomb, but I didn't. I've
Hey,
been working on it.
You're doing very good too. Thank you.
Can't take it national when you swear like a pirate. Right?
Is that right? I don't know.
Yeah.
Things are changing though.
No, I hear Joe Rogan using F-bombs all the time.
Oh man, there was one politician that had a video that she just made, and a lot of people don't like her. Is she from South Carolina or something?
Jim.
And she said, "I'm going to read you some of the replies I got from people, not replies but comments." And it's "See you next Tuesday." Like every other complaint about her was "See you next Tuesday." It was
Oh, wow.
unbelievable how mean people get,
People are mean. That's why you have to stay above it.
and they're strange too.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jim Morrison said people are strange.
And we're going to get Jeff to sing that song one of these days.
When you're a stranger, women look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted.
Weird song.
All right, so here we go. This is the debut of My Cleveland Project, Jim Bellinger, and myself doing My World. Check it out. We love this song.
I hope they're listening.
Here you go, Cleveland.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to our nightmare. I hope you make it out. Your blood is now a part of us, entwined in all your thoughts. Open the door to your mind, create your very own spot. Welcome to our nightmare. I hope you make it out. Stay if you wanna stay, go if you wanna go. Not sure it's up to you. Stay if you wanna stay, go if you wanna go. Not sure that I can leave. Many of these sleepless nights conform me to this strife. Twisted thought, visions, and my nightmare. I can't seem to believe it out. You're in my world now. You're in my world now.
Hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to volume.
Ah.
Outlaw Radio. My Cleveland Project, Jeff James, Jim Bellinger, My World. What do you guys think of that?
I thought it was good. I like that. What is that? A moog at the
I can
end
still
there?
hear
That-
the volume on your, by
Let's
the way.
see.
Yeah, it was a Moog.
This is not on.
Huh. Why do I hear? Oh, I know why. I know why I hear it background. Anyway, that was My Cleveland Project. That was My World.
Dave
And that
did it.
was
Dave
Jim
did a
Bellinger.
Great job.
Myself on vocals and My Cleveland Project that wrote the song. It was fantastic. We had a great time.
We will play it again and again.
That's right. In just a minute, we have Mark Berry coming on the show. So what I want to do is we're just a couple minutes away from Mark Berry coming on. I want to play an artist that's signed to the label. Oh, I can hear you and you have plenty of time. Now that's Mark S. Berry.
Yes, he is.
So
here.
we'll give him a minute to get himself set up. What we're going to do is we're going to play Carlo Lynette, an artist on AMG Sony, and we're going to get all set up for it. So here we go.
If I could make one wish, I would pray to God. Oh, don't do this. I could see what's coming, and I don't wanna leave you. I can tell by the look in your eyes, there's so
2.5 minute song.
Hi,
or
this is
something.
Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. Hello, Mr. Mark Berry,
Hey,
AMG
guys.
Chairman. How's it going this evening?
We're doing great, guys. You hear me good?
I hear
Yes,
you just fine. So
sound
on
is great.
today's show, we salute the titans of our music industry. Mark S. Berry is an American music and film producer. The chairman of AMG has worked with Grammy and Juno nominated artists such as Carly Simon, Paul McCartney, David Bowie, Duran Duran, Billy Idol, Boy George, Yes, Joan Jett, Cameo, Voivod, and Kool and the Gang, to just name a few, okay? Because the list is very long. I saw it the other day. Like I said, 36 international gold, platinum record awards for artists he's worked with as a producer, engineer, and mixer. Berry Global Group has a market cap or net worth of $7.83 billion as of April 17th, 2025. Its market cap has increased by 13.96% in 1 year. Please welcome to the show our friend, chairman of AMG Sony, Mark Berry.
How we doing,
Hello,
buddy?
Mark.
Great to
Good
see you.
Great to see you guys as well.
Are you calm recovering from your freak accident? I was telling Jim about your run across the street.
Yeah. No, I'm still in the cast. I got the stitches out. I had like 40 staples in my kneecap. It was like I had no idea. 40, at least 40. I mean, I had no idea it looked like that under the first cast that I wore. And then they took it all off, and I went, oh my God, And it's like an 8-9 inch gash across my thing. I guess where they cut my knee to fix the tendons. But yeah, I took a spill.
Yeah, I told Mark earlier, when we get up there past like 40 years old, we can't be falling anymore.
It was here in Toronto, only freezing weather in April in Toronto. We had like a little mist, a slight mist. And I ran across the street and slipped on the streetcar tracks and slammed my knee right into the platform. And I went, ouch.
Was it like black ice? Slippery spots?
Yeah, it was just like a sheen of ice.
Yeah.
And I just took a spill. I'm not normally clumsy,
Well, that'll get you. That'll get you laid up with a cast on and stitches up your leg.
Yeah. So I got to wear this cast for another 4 weeks and then into rehab.
Well, we wish you a speedy recovery. We hope
Thank you.
Get well very soon.
Thank you.
All right, so back on the show, we've had you on a few times. It's always exciting for us. So
Right.
What I'd like to do is just ask you, the main question is what you're up to, what AMG Sony has going on. And
Okay.
then at the end of the interview, I have a few little things I want to ask you.
Cool.
Okay.
So you may remember I told you we're no longer with Sony.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, so we moved everything to Universal, which we're very, very excited about.
No, I don't know that, but I remember now. So
Yes.
AMG
So-
Universal, gotcha.
AMG Universal now, and going through Virgin Music Group, which is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal. So we're very excited about that deal. We've got a great team at Universal, and it allows the clients to get bumped up to Universal affiliated labels worldwide. So if we distribute one of these records, you would get it out on Universal. It's a part of our label services plan, and it's making noise, and something's happening in England. Great, Universal, Virgin, whomever in England can pick it up, put it out in that territory, and then start creating their own activity on the record.
No, very cool. And how did that come about that you switched from Sony to Universal? Was it a decision made in the office, or?
Yeah. Well, they chased us a bit, and they saw what we were doing with several of our clients and the streaming activity that we were getting on the acts. And part of our label services, we create value for the client. So we'll take their music, put it in a film, a TV show, a video game, advertisement. That creates value, not only short-term value in terms of you'll get advance money for the usage, but when they play that Netflix episode 5 years from now in South Africa, my client's getting paid. And then we have digital radio, so we take the whole catalog and put it into digital radio. So when you walk into Costco, Walmart, Starbucks, whomever, and you hear music coming out of the ceiling, that's part of a digital radio format that we're participating in. And then we do Spotify streaming, playlist activity, playlist streaming.
Oh, that's fantastic. So, what else is going on? What's going on in the movie industry?
So we got
scene for
we
you?
got some great movies coming up. We've got the Sweat It Out documentary coming, and that is a documentary on the late '70s, early '80s Australian pub rock scene. So early AC/DC, early Jimmy Barnes, early In Excess, early Hoodoo Gurus. All these great Australian acts that took off in the pub scene in Australia. So we've got that coming. Got some great interviews with In Excess and stuff like that. So we got that coming. That should be ready for I think August, September. We're going to do a short run theatrical on it. I don't know if you've been following that Led Zeppelin documentary, but I mean it's over 15 million at the box office alone. So there is a market for these music-related documentaries globally. So I mean those are tremendous numbers to do.
Well, since you brought up Led Zeppelin, let me ask you about what do you think about the tour that they're going on? Do you have any insights into that, or do you have any rumor information for us on
Is
that?
it Led Zeppelin or AC/DC?
Led Zeppelin?
Led Zeppelin. No, I didn't even know they were going on tour.
Oh, yeah. And
I
then
didn't know.
AC/DC, I heard, is working on a new album and possibly going on another tour.
They're going on another tour, but apparently the tour's not selling out like it once used to. Because I was looking at some of these AC/DC videos on YouTube and you go, holy shit! There's 500,000 people here watching this band, and they know every lyric to every song, and but I think they're just getting a little older, and they can't strut like they used to.
Yeah, it's really weird to see Angus Young with the long white hair dressed as a little boy. It's so strange now, isn't it?
It's a little bizarre. It's a little bizarre.
But yeah, I guess they're at that point where maybe they can't sell out a world tour on their own. Maybe what they need to do is do like what Motley Crue and those other bands like Def Leppard is doing. They team up and do the big arenas.
Yeah. Every summer, I produced Joan Jett. Right. When Joan Jett goes out, she usually goes out with Def Leppard, Poison. There's 4 of them, and they all go out and that last tour, I think it was 2 years ago. I think it did like $168 million worldwide.
Yeah.
It's like the numbers are massive.
Yeah, Guns N' Roses just making massive amounts of money every time they go out on the road,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Yeah, the new rumor is that Led Zeppelin's going back out on the road. The original lineup with Jason Bonham.
Okay.
And we were talking about it. We're like, man, Robert Plant, he's been singing folk rock for the past while now with what's her name, Cross?
Yeah.
What's her first name? I can't think of it. But he does folk rock now. I don't think he can even hit those the notes like the Lemon Song and Communication Breakdown.
If he hasn't been singing in a while, then those are tough songs to sing.
Maybe they'll tune down half a step or something.
Exactly.
Why not?
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Hey, the other thing is, if they do go out on the road, maybe it'll be a situation where they have a huge backing of studio musicians and backing vocalists.
Yeah.
Like Motley Crue needs those backing tracks for sure.
Yeah. And when I went to see Def Leppard, it was all backing tracks. Because I'm sitting there watching it, and I'm in like the 12th row, and I'm going, there's no way these guys at this age are singing these songs. It's like it was like perfect, and you go, oh my God, this sounds incredible, right?
So they're playing their instruments, but it's the singing basically that's the backing tracks more than
They're
anything.
they're adding to the tracks that are already there, right? So
Making
they're
it sound like bigger and stuff.
yeah, exactly.
Because at least that's the one thing as a musician, you will lose your voice. Some musicians, some singers are still out there just killing it, even into their older age. But there's some musicians that partied maybe too much, too much cocaine, and destroyed those vocals.
Yeah. Drugs will do it. We've also got a great documentary coming on the Pointer Sisters, which we just got involved with. So we're very, very excited about that as well.
All right, very cool.
And are they going to be touring or?
The Pointer Sisters.
Yes, yeah.
Well, there's only one left.
Oh.
That's Ruth. So the other three have passed on.
Oh, okay.
So it's no
so-
longer sisters, just the one.
Yeah, but this is like it's a history of the Pointer Sisters. Where they came from, how they got started, and coincidentally, the very first record that I got a credit on, which was the Carly Simon album, "You're So Vain," which was produced by Richard Perry, was Richard's label at RCA Record, Planet Records, signed the Pointer Sisters from very early on, the very first recording. So all those hits in the 80s were on Planet Records, which Richard produced.
And that's very cool. And a lot of people don't know that you were at the studio when "You're So Vain" was recorded, correct?
Yeah, I was there.
And could you tell the Jim? I'm not sure if Jim knows who was the backing vocalist that was too drunk to perform on the song, and then somebody else had to sing backing vocals for him.
Yeah, so
Was that somebody from the Stones?
well, somebody from the Stones was there, but in the studio that night came I Can't Live in This Without Harry Nilsson. He came into the studio because Richard Perry also produced the Nilsson Schmilsson album, which
Right.
is probably one of the greatest pop records of all time.
I can't live if living is without
Just a great song, So Richard produced that, and in the studio come that night, Harry Nilsson, and with him is Mick Jagger from the Stones. So, Mick is they're both hammered, just hammered, right? So Harry was supposed to sing on the recording. We didn't know he was going to be hanging out with Mick Jagger. But Harry passed out in the lobby, and we couldn't wake him up. So, so we Mick said, "You want to step in?" And Mick was hammered too, but he was I guess used to it. So he came in, sang all the background parts, and never got a credit. Didn't get a credit on the record. But people could hear his voice, and that kind of created this whole mystique about the song. Is that Mick Jagger? Maybe it's about Mick Jagger. Stuff like that. But that interesting that night, after the whole session was over, everyone kind of knew what we had, right? What was being recorded, and what it sounded like. And we all went over to Olympic Studios in Barnes, just in London, and they were mixing the live '72 tour tapes from the Rolling Stones, and they were doing horn overdubs with Bobby Keys and Jim Price, who sang on who played horns on Carly's record as well, and then and I'm just kind of like Andy Johns was the engineer, and I'm going, oh my God, Andy John's my idol. And I was just a tea boy, right? I got coffee and tea for you want a beer? I'll go down and get you a beer, pack of smokes. But I'm hanging out with Mick Jagger and Andy Johns and Richard Perry, so I'm going, oh, it's great. So they go,
be a runner.
yeah. So I'm walking around the studio, and I go out into the main studio, which is kind of like in a barn, right? And I see this drum set up, and it's on like 6-foot risers, with microphones stuck underneath the risers, and microphones up in the rafters of the barn, and I'm going, wow, this is a cool drum setup, right? So I go back in the control room, and I'm talking to Andy Johns, and I go, wow, that's a great drum setup. Whose drum setup is that? He goes, yeah, Led Zeppelin's recording here, and that's Bottom's drum setup. And I go, oh, shit, that's how he gets it. That's how he gets that sound,
Did you sit on the drum throne and just
No, I didn't go up on it, right? I didn't go up on it. I didn't even know what it was. It's like
too bad at that time in history they didn't have cell phones. You could have got like a selfie behind the drum kit.
I wish.
Right.
I wish.
That's really cool. Hey, since Jim's on the show, he's never heard the Billy Idol story of when Billy Idol with you guys were signing contracts. Is that the story?
Yeah. So we were up there. We were up at Chrysalis Music, and Billy. I'm playing the remix, "Flesh for Fantasy." I used to do a lot of radio remixing, so they would send me the multis. I would kind of remix it for radio. So sometimes I'd remix it for the clubs as well. And then we're up there playing it. It's on 10. Everyone's rocking to it. Everyone's coming in. And then Jeff Aldrich, the A&R guy, comes in. He goes, you got to get Billy. He was up there doing radio interviews. So Jeff, you got to come and get Billy. You got to get Billy. He's telling the program director at some station in L.A. that he wants to fuck her and the whole thing. And, Billy was just hammered. Billy would he'd walk down the hallway and he would literally bounce off the walls. Just one, because he couldn't walk straight. But we finally got him out. We got him off the phone and got him to come in and listen to the mix.
That's great. Yeah, those stories are fantastic. And when you think about Alice Cooper coming out with a brand new album after all these years.
Yeah, I think it's great.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely amazing. We shared the same lawyer for many, many years, Paul Schindler, in New York. Has been my lawyer for 40 years now. He was my very first lawyer in the entertainment business, and he had that whole Alice Cooper crew and his manager. I forget his manager's name. I forget his name. But he kind of handled them, and they would always be in and out of Paul's office up on Madison Avenue when he was with Grumman and Dursky and Schindler. So.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You've done so much in your career, and like I said in your introduction, there is so much other artists you've worked with. And I was looking through the list. Pseudo Echo.
Pseudo Echo. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Great band. I saw them play in Cleveland, like in the early 80s, 90s.
Yeah. Well, I used to go back to Australia. One of Paul's Schindler's clients, he used to hook me up with all his clients internationally. So he hooked me up with a gentleman by the name of Michael Gudinski. And Michael Gudinski had a label, an independent record label in Australia called Mushroom Music. And they had, Split Ends and, just big Australian rock bands. And I went down there and I used to go to Australia and make records for Michael. I did the Hoodoo Gurus and the Machinations, and I did the Pseudo Echo I did for EMI. And I did Kids in the Kitchen, which was a huge recording. Got them signed to Sire Records with Seymour Stein at the time. So I used to love traveling the world making records for, Paul's international clients. And then we'd bring the records back to the States and, get releases for them, which we did with Pseudo Echo.
That's really cool.
EMI Australia hired me to do that record. And then when we finished the record, I got them a deal with RCA through Bob Buziak. So Paul had said, "Here, go see Bob Buziak. He's the new president over at RCA, and he's signing acts." So played for him. Went over, played it for him. And then the band had recorded the Funky Town record, and we included that on the new album as well that came out. So we had a big power single pushing it. It was already successful in Australia and New Zealand, and the rest is history.
Now, did you also do the producing of the music on that movie Mannequin?
Mannequin, yeah, we did the main dance sequence song with Diane Warren, who's a brilliant songwriter. And I did that with a girl named Alicia, who I produced, signed to Vanguard Records, where I worked for 12 years as an engineer, mixer at Vanguard Studios on 23rd Street. So I worked there for many years.
I have a question for you, and I'm sure there's bands out there that might be interested. I know Jim is interested, and I am. We've talked about it a bunch of times. Mm-hmm. Do you still produce albums? Or,
yeah, I do.
Let me say, do you still produce songs?
Yeah, I do.
Like the mastering?
The mastering is someone, I handball that to Jimmy Brick at Absolute Audio in New Jersey, who's got, Grammy-winning ears, and he does my clients a great solid, price-wise. So I get Jimmy to do the mastering, but I still do the mixing. And producing, thankfully, knock wood, my ears still work. I can hear a bad note, so
nice.
Yeah.
So what do artists typically do? Do they stem out their recording of the tracks that they have before any type of mix down, and then they send it to you?
They might send me what they already have going, right? And I'll if I'm on board as a producer, then I'll say, okay, well, I think I hear this, this, and this, or I may not like the structure. And it's true. Well, how come you went to this piece of music when it should have gone back to a pre-verse, pre-chorus, things like that. So I kind of put my 10 cents in there, get everything edited up where I think it's a solid, cohesive, under 4-minute single, and then put my 10 cents in for additional production ideas. Might have been a cool guitar lick, a cool keyboard lick that was just played once in the song, but could have been nice brought back in, stuff like that, and then I get down mixing it.
Oh, very cool. If I remember correctly, when I was in the studio with you, we did a song called "Building a Better World," and prior to getting in the studio, you had a conversation with us, and you basically rearranged that whole song.
Yeah, I'm pretty touchy about song structure. There's like a general feel for the way I feel the song should be structured. A verse, pre-chorus, chorus, half a chorus this time, first time around, and then shorten the second verse, get to the second B verse, and then get a double chorus where on the second half of that chorus you're altering the melody ever so slightly. Just a little thing, ear candy to keep it going.
No, very cool. Well, I remember that day vividly, and then I remember being in the studio, and I remember you telling our lead guitar player, why are you blowing up the solo so early? You need to hold back a little bit. And you also did the same thing with the vocals. We were letting it rip right at the chorus, and you're like, no, man, hold back. Do it on the last chorus.
Yeah, let them wait.
Yeah, that's very cool. All right, Mark, well, let us know what you have coming up, because we're almost at that time. We're going to cut you loose, but I want to know, what does AMG Universal have coming up soon?
Well, we got several clients coming through that system. We've moved our catalog over from Sony into the Universal system now, so that's all over there. And then we have several film and television projects coming. Of course, we want to finish the Pointer Sisters documentary, and we just got pitched a great project recently on Celio Gonzalez, who's an amazing Cuban singer of the 60s and 50s and 60s. So we're thinking about getting involved in that as well. Paul Schindler, my lawyer, represents Shakira, so there could be some great connections there for that. And then we'll be in charge of the soundtrack and push that through as well.
All right, excellent. Thank you so much for joining the show. We love having
Absolutely,
you on.
man.
I want to
Absolutely.
have you on again, if that's good with you.
Absolutely.
Sometime this summer, and we'll catch up again and see where you're at and the new
Great.
artists. And Jim's almost ready to go. He has all his music in disco. And,
Yeah, great.
Do.
That's been a
Disco.
whole project for us over here. He's got new music coming out, so you're probably going to hear from us
Beautiful.
this summer. Besides hearing from this guy, you'll hear from me this summer, because I think we need to get at least one song produced by the
Okay.
legendary Mark Berry.
That would be great.
And let's get some catalog stuff in the film, television, video game, ad agencies, movie trailer companies. There's just a whole smorgasbord of usages that we work on worldwide.
That sounds great.
I have a question. Is a 2.5-minute song too short nowadays? Is there still?
Yeah, for me it is.
Yeah. Okay, I'll remember that.
Yeah. I mean, 3.5 minutes. You got a great melody. Give them a double hook the second time around.
I do that kind of stuff.
But nothing over 4 minutes for radio, right?
I wouldn't do anything over 4 minutes.
Okay.
No.
Okay. No Stairway to Heaven.
Most of my songs are under 4.
Right. Cool.
All right. Well, thank you so very much, Mark Berry, AMG Universal. You're a fantastic guest, and I hope you heal up soon.
Great. And can I get an introduction to Stephen and Dan?
Yeah, for sure.
Great. Hey guys, great to meet you.
Thank you so much. Stephen and Dan will be coming on the show,
Okay,
and
great.
we're super excited about those guys. And thank you so much, Mark Berry. You're
Okay.
an amazing talent and
Okay, buddy.
a
Thank you,
wonderful
Mark.
thing for us.
Thank you, Mark.
Thanks.
All
Thanks
right.
very much, guys. All right,
All
we'll
right, you
talk.
Have a great night. We'll talk.
Okay,
soon.
buddy.
You get better soon, your knee.
Yeah. I will.
All right. Thank
Take
you,
care,
Mark.
man.
You take it easy.
Take care, guys. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye. That was freaking great, wasn't it?
Oh, that really was.
All right.
It was so interesting. I hope people listen to this.
Mark Berry is an amazing talent. He's worked with so many people.
It's really
What he has going on,
incredible.
he has so much going on. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to play a song. And then when we come back, we have Dan Portik joining us from BVS Film Studios. All right? So this song is Mr. Moonlight, Walking Away From You.
Ooh, this is over 4 minutes. Here we go, baby.
You broke my heart again. I can't remember when. I've been healed when I go down that road again. I'm walking away from you. I'm walking away from you. Walking away from you. Monkey on my back again. I can't remember when. It felt so good when I went down that road again. I'm walking away from you. I'm walking away from you. I'm walking away from you. Walking away. Walking away from you. Walking away from you. Walking away from you. Walking away. We have seen better days. We had better change our ways. You broke my heart again. I stand here bleeding, wounded, dying by your side. Walking away from you. Walking away from you. Walking away. Walking away from you. 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 Walking away from you.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Hi, this is Jeff James,
This is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. That was Mr. Moonlight with Walking Away From You. Great song. I planned it perfectly, so as soon as Mark was done, we would play your song. Don't you love that?
That was perfect. I hope he listened to it.
So not only this weekend did your manager, me, put a heater on you when you were cold performing on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
The prima donna over here. He goes out to the car. He's like, I got to get warm before I play, right? It was cold. And then he goes in the car, and then he comes out a few minutes early, and he goes, where's the heater? I go, well, it's not here yet. He goes, I'm going back in the car. And then he's on stage, and he's playing, and he's like, man, I feel good.
I actually thought it was getting warmer. I'm playing, and I'm going, hey, is it getting warmer? And then the sun was coming out, too, and I thought, wow, this is great. And then they told me, no, the heater was behind you, so...
Yeah, that's great.
It's not the one that blows on you. It's more of the radiant
It was a propane
one, you know?
thing. Yeah, so the prima donna here, we got him all set up, and he was nice and warm. So I want to welcome to the show Dan Portik. Dan Portik is a seasoned professional whose journey has been shaped by his diverse passions and wide-ranging skills. Growing up in rural outskirts of Cleveland, Ohio, Dan's deep love for music propelled him forward, eventually led him to develop a profound understanding of sales and marketing. With over 3 decades of experience as a successful business owner and steadfast commitment to his Christian faith, Dan has honed his experience in effectively managing, marketing, and video production companies. Dan has achieved measurable success, generating millions of dollars through his advertising and video production services. His exceptional abilities have garnered tons of music, tons of business connections. He is also an author. And he is our friend, Dan Portik. He was one of the marketing geniuses behind Loud and Local. Still is, because we're not done. We are coming
Very
back
good.
one of these days. And we're just doing Outlaw Radio right now, having a good time. But we want to
Love
welcome
it.
to the show another titan of industry, Dan Portik, BVS Film Studios in North Olmsted, Ohio. Welcome to the show.
Hey, man, thanks a lot. This is awesome.
Welcome to the show. And also, let's give you one of these.
Oh, wow.
Round of applause. And we'll do it again. And we might do it even one more time.
Oh, come on. You're too kind. You're too kind.
Welcome to the show, Dan. How you doing?
Hey, thanks, man. You got to love those ChatGPT descriptions, don't you? They do a nice job.
Yeah. Do you like the little backgrounds that we got going, the AI?
Yeah, everything. This
stuff?
looks really cool, man. Very pro. I love it.
Yeah, I learned how to produce.
It's doing
Nice
much
work,
better
man.
Every week.
Yeah, every week we get better and better. I learned different things.
Heck yeah.
Learned all about the ins and outs of producing. I'm nowhere near Eddie, but we can do enough that we can go live and put on a halfway decent show, right, Jim?
I agree.
Love it.
think
I
so.
love it. No,
So
very
nowhere
cool.
near Loud and Local level, like in the green room and stuff, but what we
It
do
will be.
here is pretty cool. It will be eventually one day.
Yeah, heck yeah. Awesome.
All right, so welcome to the show. And,
Thanks, man.
I want to thank you for coming on tonight,
Mhm.
sharing some of your marketing genius and telling us a little bit about your sales books that you've put out, because
Sure.
that has a lot to do with your abilities and your success at BVS.
Hey, thanks, man.
So tell us a little bit about how you got into what you do now before we talk about the great topic of AI. Because I want
AI,
to give
right.
the audience listening a little background on you.
Nice. Yeah, I've been in sales for 40 years now, and I've had the opportunity to work with some pretty big players, and wrote a book with Tom Hopkins, one of the guys back in the day, and it worked out really good. It was one of those things I was trained through him, and then later on in life we kind of partnered and created a book, and then we also did his life story documentary, which was kind of cool. And that kind of tied that together. I originally started in health club memberships way back in high school, if you will. And then just over the years, started owning businesses and just jumped in with both feet, and got to where we are today, where we have a video production company, and then also a podcast production company as well, here in Cleveland, Ohio.
Hey, you look fantastic. I was looking at your background.
Oh.
It might be, besides Mark, one of our best backgrounds. It's very cool.
Hey,
You in the
thanks,
studio
man.
Right now, or are you at home?
This is my basement studio, actually. So,
Well, our basement studio looks better than our radio or set right now, Jim.
Looks very
well, I
nice.
do. Well, you know what? I do a lot of podcasts down here. So, as a matter of fact, I spend more time here than I do in the office, which is kind of fun. So, it saves time and effort.
Yeah,
Hey, we
for sure.
Cool.
gotta watch some of your podcasts. Let us know when they're on or whatever.
Yeah, the podcast is called Com Talk. I don't do it as much as I'd like to, but between that and going on other people's shows, it just made sense to put something in the basement here. So that's kind of where we're at.
Dan actually put me on from Loud and Local on
Yeah.
Com Talk, and we talked
Mhm.
about Mark Berry. It's a whole nice
We did.
little episode. I love it. I
Yeah.
have it, Jim. I'll show it to you one of these times.
okay.
But yeah, it
Mhm.
was I believe it was a pre-show to having Mark on. Was that what we did?
Yeah, it might have been like this before you had him on the second time for the Halloween show. We talked about your initial meeting with him, and then on from there, and kind of the history between you guys as well, which is kind of cool. Very cool.
Cool history, and we're continuing that history now that Mr. Moonlight here has signed a co-publishing deal with AMG Universal.
Yes,
Outstanding.
Universal. What a surprise.
Oh,
He's
that's
got his
great,
whole
man.
catalog over there, and now we're talking to Mark about possibly producing one of Jim's songs coming up maybe
Outstanding.
later on this summer.
Oh, that's great.
Really
That's great.
excited for that.
So
Yeah.
it's very cool, and a lot of that would have never came about if Jim would have never came out Loud and Local in the first place.
That was
Yeah.
not my better moment there. I walked in with those white socks. I'm sure you remember. Dan. I would've been-
Hey, everything's cool with rock and roll. Everything's cool.
I didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
I'll tell you this real quick, Dan. Jim's diet that he went on was a direct result
Yeah, it
of
was.
sitting on the couch at BVS.
That angle couch like that, So and then I saw a view, and I was like this,
Oh.
And, that was it, man. One meal.
Well, the camera, it puts on that extra 10
Oh,
pounds.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's really true. Yeah, well, a lot of that stuff, about how we sit on our show now and stuff, I learned pretty much with BVS. Like, I didn't know any of that stuff, even at Redline and Keezy.
I like
Yeah.
the green screen that you guys did with the monster and everything.
Yeah,
for
it was
that
like-
show. That was cool.
And let
Oh,
me
it was a
point-
blast.
Let me point this out, Cleveland. Not enough of you watch that show. You got to get out there and watch that, because the stuff they did at BVS with the AI and Eddie's stuff blows away any show I've ever seen in Cleveland and beyond Cleveland. Right? Am I
Wow.
right about that?
I
Thanks,
hope you
man.
are.
Yeah, I am right.
Greatly appreciate that.
So go ahead with your story, a marketing genius. So when you were selling gym memberships, this popped in my head. I'm sure you sold a bunch of them, and I'm sure your boss was like, "This guy's a genius. This guy, you have something here." Is that where it started?
Well, I'll tell you, I didn't know anything about it, and I just kind of jumped in, and I luckily got along with this lady that was she was like a housewife, and she was like the top salesman for the company at the time, and her and I just got along really good. So I learned a lot from her about just getting along with people and asking the right pre-qualifying questions, and then we were actually learning. Back then it was a hard close. There are no B-backs. You go into a health club membership. If they say they're going to be back, they'll never be back. So, as you close the door behind you, and, you have to sell them at that time. So it came in handy at the time back in the 90s, right? But after that, you still use it. You use some of those little things just to push people, not push them, but kind of guide them over the edge a little bit to do what they really want to do anyway. But so I learned a lot there, and that it was really cool. So point being, I followed her as a mentor. I learned from her, and that really helped me, achieve quite a bit, beyond that, which was kind of cool.
That's very cool. And let me ask you this question: how did the books start in your life? How did the authorship start for you?
Yeah, so we were training with Tom Hopkins, trading books at the time, and over the years, I've used all his techniques. He was like the Tony Robbins. Him and Tony Robbins were like the same back then, when it came to like sales and training. And then one day, as I got further into it, back then it was, you'd go to somebody's place, you'd slide the agreement over in front of them, they'd approve the agreement. But, I was starting to do it online a lot. And I was just doing like these emails back and forth. I said, you know what? I'm going to reach out to the guy on LinkedIn, and I'm going to say, hey, this would be cool if we write a book together. I never wrote a book. I got D's in English. I was, barely surviving, and I did nothing to know about this. Yeah, right. That sounds like my teacher, actually. So so back then, I reached out to him on LinkedIn, and he said, hey, I was surprised he got right back to me. And he says, yeah, reach out to my VP and talk to them about it. And I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. Now what do I do? So reached out to her, and we went back and forth. And like, 2 weeks later, she's like, "Yeah, we're interested in the concept of showing his techniques online. Let's work on it." So she's she said, "Let's pitch it to a couple of publishers and see what they say." And like another week later, she says they're interested. They want to make this go right now. Start writing. I'm like, write what? I don't know. And she's like, just give me a brain dump. She goes, we'll handle it. We've written 25 books, half of them were bestsellers. We'll handle all of it. All you have to do is just give us all the information in your head about what's happening and what you're doing. So I wrote like 20,000 words, sent it over to him in an email. And between, I would say it was about 8 or 9 months, the book was done, and they handled everything with it, which was outstanding. It was I couldn't ask for a better, situation to get into that world. And I was very grateful. It was an honor to work with them. So from there, we put it out. They did a couple of promos and became a bestseller in like 3 weeks, which is like, whoa, okay, I'm an author now. It's like really bizarre. So then I started writing books after that, that related to, how to do things like, profiles online, building your profile and, reaching anybody online. I was we have a book out that talks about that as well. And, how to negotiate. That's a new one that we just put out, because in the times we're in now, it's always good to negotiate with people that you could save a little money, things like that. So
Yeah, that's very
that's the
cool.
process.
That's the process, and you have some books out, and that's great. All right,
Mhm.
so before we end this interview, I would like you to give us a rundown of all the things that BVS Film Studios can do for a musician, for an artist, for a podcast, anybody in the entertainment industry and art
Yeah,
industry. What are
sure.
all the things that you can do? And then towards the end of that, can you just give us an overview of your AI lab and what you
Sure.
guys have going on there?
Yeah. So at BBS, we can pretty much handle anything from start to finish. We've got 10,000 square feet here, a full sound stage in the back. We've got green screen studios. We've got podcast studios. Everybody in our facility is a musician. So we know the importance of, what the guys are people are going through with being a musician and the importance of it. Eddie, our main person he has his own studio, right in our studio, a full 24 track beyond, Pro Tools system, everything you could want for a studio. And he's worked with some pretty big players, and he's had a great run with that. So between that and the marketing capabilities, we can pretty much really develop the package for a musician or an artist or any group that can get you in front of the right people, at least in a very professional way. So I guess that's where we come into play with that.
Yeah, that's
AI
great. You
labs.
could do so much there.
Hey, thanks. And AI labs, that's the new division. Really what that is really where the future of music is going, fortunately or unfortunately. We can do AI assisted music. I sent one over to you guys. You heard that one. That was, you know, 15 minutes worth of work. It was unbelievable that could come up with something like that. But the AI labs can do a lot of things. That we try to stay on the cutting edge of the AI world and what's happening now. Between the songwriting capabilities of that and assisting, by using a studio to bring tracks in, take tracks apart within things like that. And then on the other side of it, the green screen, we can really kind of tie anything together with AI now. You can, like you saw Godzilla walking behind you, on, on your last podcast.
That was
Uh,
cool.
yeah, and right now it's just scratching the surface. There's so much that's going to be happening, and it's going to be a lot easier for people to do things quicker and less expensive. I would say over the next 6 months to a year.
Well, not only at BVS Film Studios is Dan Portik there, there's also a whole crew there that does awesome work. Besides that, Alex's son, Dan's son,
Yeah.
Alex,
Mhm.
also works there. He did a lot of our intro stuff. He did a lot of our music on the show. He does a lot of work. He also did the thing where we turned Mr. Moonlight into Zombie Jim. Remember
Yeah,
that?
right. Yeah, he's the AI guru in our place, and every like couple of days, like, Dad, can I borrow the credit card? Give him the credit card. We got another subscription we have to get. Okay. This will make it do this.
He is very creative. He also did the thing where I took my head off while I was on
Yes.
the show. That was very cool too. So yeah, he could do all kinds of stuff, and that's the one thing I always tell my friends. I'm like, man, you guys are making music videos and you're struggling to do so. Just give them a call. They have green screen room. They could do all AI. They could do whatever you need. And then you got Tom. I'm sorry, you got Eddie. I'm all screwed up. You got Eddie at AudioWorks, right?
Yeah.
Doing sound design and doing recording, and he's working with bands. He's working with Avenging Scarlet. After they were on our show, they saw how great the sound was and how he made the acoustic sound alive and warm. And they booked their studio time. So same thing with Bill Sanders. He came on our show. He did the acoustic, and he was like, man, this is great. He went in there later, Jim, as you know. He did a bunch of green screen stuff and made a whole bunch of like music videos. So, yeah, these are the guys to go to.
I hear
Greatly
you do more
appreciate.
than just music too. You like car dealerships and all kinds of businesses you do work for. Is that correct?
We do. And, being in marketing for 40 years, we can help develop the campaigns for awareness and for getting in front of people and whatever you may have a need for through the AI world as well as social media and tying it all together. So there's a whole process behind it if someone inclines to do so.
All right, very cool. Well, I want to thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Portik, BVS Film Studios in North Homestead, Ohio. Go there for any type of business that you need. They do industrial videos. They do anything your business is. They also work with a ton of musicians. They're all musicians, so this is the place to go. If you're a rocker in Cleveland or beyond, you can send your stuff and they'll work on it.
True.
Good stuff, right?
Thanks, man.
Good stuff, Jim.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. This has been Dan Portik, BVS Film Studios. Want to thank you so much for coming on the show.
Thanks, guys.
Night.
Great. You too, man. Take care. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
That was a great interview.
It was. It's very.
I love having him on the show.
Very talented, very busy. They're doing very good.
They're doing so much work over there, Jim. I see videos all the time of all the great stuff that they got going on.
Yeah, I see their Facebook posts. Pretty cool.
Yeah, very cool. All right, so coming up on the show next, we have Stephen M. Walters. He's from Juggernaut Promotions. What we're going to do is we're going to play a song first, and then we're going to bring him in, all right?
Sounds good.
Does that sound good to you? All right, so next up we have Matt J. Chase, Come to Ohio.
Good song.
He said, I miss you more every day. She told him, honey, you'll be okay. He said, I can't live without you. She told him, honey, you have to. His hand was shaking on the telephone. They were together but so alone. She hated hearing his voice like that. Then he spoke up with all he had. Oh, why don't you come to Ohio? She said, I'd love to, but I don't know. He said, I just don't want to touch you. This life alone's hard to get through. Can't seem to tell if I'm up or down. I'd like to hold what I have found. These pictures that you're sending me, well, I'm just worried that's all they'll be. So he tried again with a lump in his throat. Oh, why don't you come to Ohio? She heard him sigh, so she did say, I never knew love could be this way. I've been wishing that you could be near. I wanna feel you, but you're not here. I go to work and come home again. Oh, wait for your call every night and then. Every night when I lay my head, I cry 'cause you're not with me in bed. His voice was raspy, but here's what he said. Oh, why don't you come to Ohio? She said, I'd love to, but I don't know. He said, I just don't want to touch you. This life alone's hard to get through. Why don't you come to Ohio? I'd like to hold what I have found. These pictures that are yours sending me. Well, I'm just worried that's all they'll be. So why don't you come to Ohio? Whoa, whoa. Why don't you come to Ohio? She said, I'd love to, but I don't know. He said, I just don't want to touch you. This life alone's hard to get through. Why don't you come to Ohio? I'd like to hold what I have found. These pictures that are yours sending me. Well, I'm just worried that's all they'll be. So why don't you come to Ohio? Why don't you come to Ohio?
Hi, this is Jeff James,
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
and you're listening to Outlaw Radio. We're back. That was Matt J. Chase, Coming to Ohio. What were you going to say about that song, Jim?
It's one of these days. I hope it's going to be the song for Ohio.
Yeah, it should be. It's all about
Come
Ohio.
to Ohio, have a commercial with that song on. I think that's beautiful.
It's like a little love interest that he was talking to, and she was all the way across country, and he was like, why don't you just come to Ohio?
Yeah.
And then he wrote that song about it, and it's possibly going to be our state song for travel and tourism in Ohio.
That would be
which
great.
I think should be a thing.
That would be great.
All right, very cool. So what I want to do is I have a little introduction for Stephen M. Walters. I see you right there, buddy.
Hey,
Haircut
What's
today.
happening?
All right. So
what's up, guys?
Stephen M. Walters from Juggernaut Promotions, a right-leaning, moderate conservative with common sense values. You like
Yeah.
that? All right.
Hey,
CEO of
I just
operations. All right, go ahead.
yeah, I just want to say I love how you messed up my company name the first time with the productions instead of promotions, and then I saw that little rocket ship and it was misspelled too. So I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, fantastic. I'm glad I could do that for you. Hey, we're just radio hosts. We're not geniuses.
I know, I know.
We are creative geniuses, but we are not scholars when it comes to spelling. So you're lucky it wasn't spelled
Yeah,
even worse.
I know, I know, I know.
All
And
right.
actually, I want to say shout out to Dan. And I came in and I was listening to Mark Berry, and man, he's got some great stories. I wish I was hanging out with him with all the stories I was hearing from him. Man, he had some good stuff.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. We're going to have him on again. There's so many things I want to ask him. This was just a quick interview to see what was new and exciting in his life. He had the new acquisition from AMG Sony to AMG Universal now. So we wanted to get
Yeah.
that on the air. And Jim's now a part of his co-publishing deals. Jim's with the
No
label.
more Sony. I'm
Yeah, no more
with
Sony.
Universal now. That's cool.
Yeah, so now it's a new thing for you to talk about. Because
Yes.
everywhere we go, it's like this. Hi, I'm Jim Bellinger. Have you heard about my co-publishing deal? I'm with AMG.
Yeah, well, you have to be like that. Yeah, yeah.
I love it. It's fantastic.
I'm kind of slowing down on that a little bit. I'm halfway there. I think once I get a phone call from Mark and he says, "Hey, we got somebody that wants to use your song," then I'll be, bragging a little bit more. But until then, you have to wait and see.
I think this will be the summer bragging.
Always make time to brag about yourself. Always.
Well, I'm doing a little bit.
No one's going to love you more than you love yourself, Jim.
Oh, that's so true.
How true is that? All right, well, so this is Stephen M. Walters. He's the CEO of operations. He's the manager at Juggernaut Promotions. Juggernaut Promotions is a regional promotions company booking across 5 states. This is the guy that's going to get your music message out there. This is the PR expert at launching your career to the next level with A1 Promotions. Please welcome to the show, Stephen M. Walters. Welcome to Outlaw Radio.
Very good.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. This is only my second time being in an interview.
I can't
That's
believe
crazy.
that. How is that even possible?
That doesn't seem possible. Yeah.
I'm always the guy behind the scenes making everything happen. So
Okay, there you go.
I don't seek the limelight.
Yeah, you're always moving, so you don't probably have a lot of time to sit still. That was the thing that somebody wrote us. Blow Your Brains Out broadcast wrote us. I think you know them. King Earn plays on their show a lot. But anyway, they wrote us and they wanted to interview us. And I looked at Jim and I'm like, why the hell do they want to interview us for?
Yeah, you scratch me like, really? That's what I said when you guys say, hey, we want to put you on air. I'm like, why?
That is funny.
So Jeff,
I know. I remember you saying there, like, you're like, what can we talk about? And I'm like,
Yeah.
music, man. Everybody wants to know what you do, and this is the bands out there. Listen, this is the guy you want to talk to get your message out there. This guy works with everybody. Matt Cleveland Patrick knows how much work you do.
I have to say this, though. I have to say this, okay? I stopped doing live events back in 2018. So I don't do live promotions anymore. I did that for a long time, and I loved it. Right now, I just do the advertising marketing part of it, and I do it for free for bands and artists across America. I do it, I'm all genres. It doesn't matter. I'm like your ground floor soldier at arms that's putting the message out there, and hopefully a lot of the artists and bands can attest to that. I built a reputation as being the heaviest advertising promoter in the business. And for an example of that, when I do like a Juggernaut featured band of the day, for example, like I still do, before Facebook put me in Facebook jail forever, I would post that one ad across over 60 group pages, just that itself, and then that's on top of me doing hundreds of other posts and sharings and likes and all that stuff of bands, videos, their upcoming shows, their flyers, their merch, everything. That's what I did, and everyone's like, it blows their mind that I would do stuff like this. And I said, it's just what I do. I'm just a guy, but I have such a deep love and appreciation, a strong passion for the local music industry as a whole, that I do stuff that most people would never do. And I'm doing it not for the money. I do it because I love it. I love helping people. That's why I'm here.
Great. Yeah.
I'm old school like that.
Bands out there, he's doing it for free. He'll promote you for free. You don't gotta pay him. Like so many people, you gotta pay. This guy does it for.
I do the same thing they do, but I do it for free. And I continuously do it. Every time I see their post, I share their stuff.
Awesome.
You share.
Don't know how I got it all up here though.
Yeah, this morning I was promoting the show for tonight, and I put up that Awaiting Abigail is their debut. They've never been on the show.
Those are my people. They gave me a shirt.
Yeah, I know, they love you. They've been commenting throughout the whole show. Talking, to everybody. Yeah, that's cool.
I love and respect bands that show their appreciation. And look, I've been on the ground floor because I used to do the shows. I put them all together. I flew guys in from out of state, put them up hotels, traveling bands. I made sure they have food in their belly because they're back on the road right after the show. So I understand, being a military veteran, how it works, how the process is, and I understand, hey, a lot of times selling their merch helps fill their tank up for gas to get them to the next show and stuff like that. A lot of times, if I knew there's a bunch of them coming in, I would make sure I paid for a hotel room for them. I just took it out of the proceeds at the door and stuff like that, But it's the little things that you do that mean a lot more to people because they understand it's heartfelt. Most people don't do stuff like I did.
Yeah, I agree. And how we got involved with him, Jim, is that we met you through Rockstar Radio Underground on Live
Yes.
365, right?
That's right.
Yeah. My little sister Angela. Yeah.
That's
Angelina. Oh, wait a minute. It's Archangel now.
Yeah, she changes. She's
She
changing.
changed her name.
Keep up
Yeah.
with it. And
I
she also
can't keep
changed
up
the
with it.
logo on me, so I did a shirt. I don't know if you could see it up there. We did a shirt with the old logo. Then she writes me as soon as the T-shirts are done. I changed the logo. I'm like,
Yeah.
damn it!
Yeah.
Perfect timing.
Perfect timing.
Well, yeah, because I'm still doing advertising for you guys, Doc Rock, her, and Robert Gard and stuff. And every time I'm doing my band of the day, I share the information to that band for them to contact for getting interviews set up for you guys and their music play and all that stuff. And I'm like, I don't even know if emails are still good, but I'm still posting that stuff out there constantly. So
Yeah, you're
hard
right.
to keep up to date on everything.
You do so
I'm an
much.
analog guy in the digital world.
Well, let me ask you this question. That's funny you say analog man. Digital.
Yeah.
world.
Right.
I love Joe Walsh. Oh, big Joe Walsh fan.
He covered Joe Walsh's Analog Man, and we play it sometimes on the show.
It's on Reverb Nation if anybody wants to listen to it.
Yeah, very good version.
Sweet.
The guy playing on drums was Tim Ginley, correct?
Yes.
He plays in the cover band Sugar Magnolia and Wish You Were Here, some of the biggest bands in Cleveland. One's a Grateful Dead tribute.
Smarty Jones.
Smarty Jones, the other one's a Pink Floyd tribute. So one of the best drummers in the Cleveland area.
That is correct.
He's on that.
You know what? Musicians have the coolest nicknames.
Yeah, Mr. Moonlight.
I got that from the Beatles song, Everybody was using, the Beatle copy bands or whatever. They were, like Hard Day's Night Band or whatever, and I just came up with Mr. Moonlight, so that was how that happened.
That's a cool name, though. That is. Yeah.
Then when he gave me his CD when we first met, I was looking at that Mr. Moonlight, and then I put the Outlaw radio show together, and I was like, I'm going to call you Mr. Moonlight.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised about that, but that's okay.
Yeah. I always have
It's
little
fitting.
nicknames for everybody.
You're smooth and elegant like that.
Oh, I hope so.
Like a moonbeam light
Tell me that
dancing
all
on
the
his
Yeah,
wall.
they do.
Yeah.
He's very popular with the Silver Foxes. With the
Ah,
Yes.
60 and above, he
Gotta
just
love
crushes it.
gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Tactical nuke incoming! Here I am, ladies. Right?
Oh my.
I saw you flirting with those girls at the festival this weekend.
Well, I was
you had
doing a
two or
little-
three girls that you were flirting with. I saw you.
Oh, I'm not trying to get anything going, but I'm not. Not that
okay.
I'm not trying. It's easier to talk to them.
Liar.
It just is.
Erroneous on all counts. Erroneous.
No.
That's a new word for you, Jim. Erroneous.
Oh, that's
Erroneous.
prosperous, if you ask me.
Flabbergasted.
Prosperous, whatever.
Yeah,
It's a
so
bunch of poppycock.
poppycock, there's one for you, knucklehead. That's a good one. All right, so how did you get involved in all this music stuff, man? How did you get involved with doing what you do for the bands? How did that come about?
That's an old story, but I've told it many times. Okay. The story is
Short version.
the short version. Okay.
Medium, maybe.
I met someone or people I used to go to high school with were hanging out, watching this band, and I kept hanging out with them. The band found out that I'm getting a business degree, and they wanted me to be their manager, and they kept going at me for about 6 months and finally talked me in right before I was about to graduate. So I dove in with both feet, knew nothing about the entertainment industry business. I learned as fast as I could, like a sponge, soaking up everything. Fell down many times, dust myself off, get back up, kept learning, earned my stripes the hard way. You learn better when you make mistakes. But in my first 2 years, I developed my brand name into a national brand name. And then I was booking across 6 states. Of course, I traveled to all my shows. And then I said, you know what, this is getting old because I'm coming home at 5, 6 o'clock in the morning a lot of times, going to Indiana, West Virginia, Kentucky. So I said, I need to just consolidate into Ohio. So I concentrated on being a agent for Ohio. So I started working with national touring bands that were coming through on their tours. Your bigger regional touring guys that would be on the other tours, as the support bands and stuff. I was one of the leading people that they would contact when coming through. And since I was doing 1 to 2 shows a week myself, I can either fit them in or maybe I can find them another place because I had so many networks of affiliates like you guys and other promoters and stuff that I can maybe fit them in somewhere. Long story short on that, uh, I made a big name for myself by doing the hard work for a lot of bands. Word of mouth spread around. I was a go-to guy for Ohio, so I was one of the top people that they would contact. And at the same time, I'm also I'm the band manager for a local band here that I helped develop into a national touring band before my one friend passed away in the band. But that's another story for another time. But that's just what I do. Um, I put in hard work, old school work ethic. I treat people with respect. And I've heard this before many times from people. They said, if you would have done this back in like the 70s or 80s, if you had been a promoter back then, you'd be a multimillionaire by now. I said, I believe that, you know.
No doubt.
That's the work
No
ethic.
doubt. You're an innovator in what you do. Yeah. Just like
Yeah.
Mark Berry, you would have been a billionaire had you been back then with him.
Mark Berry, that should have been my that should have been my mentor.
Missed it by that much, huh?
This much, baby. I was so close. Do you hear that? Yeah. So close, but
Almost there. No, but look,
he's the guy that you would want to talk to, though. You're the you're the man in what you
I
do.
love what I do, and I don't do it for the fame or the money. I do it because I like to help people. I want the local music industry to grow and prosper. I see a lot of towns have issues with the bands not getting respect or not getting the props, because everyone was all individualistic. They're about themselves. I'm like, it's supposed to be a unity. That's how something grows. You work together to build something stronger together. You can't be individualistic about it. And that's just, I did that with rock, and I did that with metal, and I see the same thing with the hip hop. I started doing that with the hip hop guys. I said, you guys come in, you do your 15 minutes, and then you're out the door. But a metal band will stay for the whole show and support the other bands here. You guys won't do that. You got to learn. It's a business. It's not just about you. It's about bringing people through the door for the venue. They want alcohol sold to help them. They want bodies through the door. It's a business. So you have to keep that in the mind. It's a business.
That's right. You're exactly right about that. Finally, somebody that gets it. See bands out there, this guy gets it. You got to follow this curriculum, man. This is the way to do it. And
live it, eat it, breathe it.
All the successful bands will tell you it's about supporting others. You support them, they support you, and then it just builds. It builds and builds. So there should be.
And that's how you build friendships too that way.
Whatsoever.
Yeah.
All right. On a side note, before we let you go, I do want to say this, because you are a moderate conservative, and I love all your political posts. I laugh about them all the time.
Oh, no, don't say Paul.
Yeah, sometimes I comment. You already brought his name up, so we're going to give you the platform, Paul. I love your posts. But you're a good guy. You're always super nice with him. You tell him he's insane, but you're like, it's all right, Paul, we get you.
Yeah. There's everyone's entitled to their opinion. And look, I'm 57, so I'm more mellow in my age than when I was younger. So when I was younger, I probably would have wanted to beat someone's head in for talking smack to me. And now I sit back, I listen to your point of view. Now, if they have a good point of view, yeah, I might agree with it. If they sound like an idiot, I'm going to say that too. Why not?
Yeah, that's funny. All right, everybody. This has been Stephen M. Walters of Juggernaut Promotions, right? And
Juggernaut Promotions. You did it.
I did it right. He is the guy that you go to, ask him for help. You can find him on all of our pages. You can find him on all the Outlaw Radio stuff. You can also find him on Rockstar Radio Underground, Live 365. If you're on the Waiting Abigail's page, or a lot of these bands that we work with, this is the guy that you go to. Jim, this is the guy that you go to when you want to send your music out and get people to hear it.
Okay.
and I'll share it.
Right? Yeah, he
I'll
will
share
share
the hell out of
everything,
it.
and he shares the hell out of it.
We have to
Yeah.
work on that then.
Also, he's the guy that helped us get our subscribers on YouTube channel.
Thank you.
I told him what my goal was, and within 2 weeks, I hit my goal.
Fantastic.
How fast did it take me after you told me that? How fast did it take me to get that put out?
I don't know, 5 minutes. It was like
It's what I do. It's what I do.
Jeff's
Yeah.
not bad at doing that too. He's really good at promoting and stuff. He never takes a rest. Honest to gosh.
Yeah.
We got home last night and he stayed up and he was working on it. Then he got up this morning, had a headache, didn't feel good, but he put another 4 hours in the show.
yeah, 7 a.m. I was on the computer working on all the stuff we have to do for the show to get it ready to go. You know, all the backgrounds and the music and all that.
I just want to say, I had to shave my hair and my face just so I wouldn't scare the ladies and the kids for your show.
Well, we do have a lot of the ladies watching the show. Most of them are watching Mr. Moonlight because he's such a player. Chasing
Silver Fox.
Foxes.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh, yeah.
Silver Foxes.
Look out those foxes, man.
I did okay this weekend. I met a girl. She gave me a hat. She was a little.
She was a biter though.
Who was it that did the online dating thing?
Well, we're both going to be doing it. I signed up first, and I'm already in the mix. We're going to be signing him up probably sometime this week. I'm going to plan on doing it Thursday.
Okay.
We'll get
I want details. I want to know how it goes.
Yeah, I'm into it now. I've gone on 2 dates. I had one cancel on me. I've met about 14 girls, and at the end of summer, we're going to lay it all on the line.
Oh my
We're gonna
God,
see
you're
our
a
best
playboy.
date, our worst date, and everything in between, and if Facebook dating is even worth it, right?
Hey, we'll have to wait and see.
Stay tuned.
You're the good-looking one, I think, Jeff.
Yeah, but you get all the luck.
No, I don't. I don't. Maybe this time, but I don't count on.
I don't
it.
even want to hear about it. You had like 3 girls all after you this weekend. I had one girl that talked to me.
No, that's not true.
Yeah, no, I had more girls talk to me, but I had
You
one.
got to
that
build
was-
up to it.
Well, the person at the concession stand asked how what did you want to eat?
Yeah.
He talked
Also,
to her.
that girl did show up that sought me out. Remember that girl that came in? She's like, "Where's Jeff James?"
Oh yeah, but she left right away too.
Yeah,
I
she
was
did.
trying to get your attention. Did she left?
I was busy, man.
No, you were talking to somebody.
I saw her. I just didn't make my way over yet, and before I knew it, she was gone. I didn't give her the attention that she so deserved and demanded.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump to a new song. I want to thank Stephen M. Walters for joining the show. Thank you so much, buddy. You have a
Thank you, guys.
fantastic evening, and get out there and promote.
Yes, sir.
So that's
Love you.
All right. Thanks, Steve.
Thanks, Steve. You have a fantastic evening. All right, so this is going to be Erin Stahl. Country Girls Do It Better. We are down in the country, and she's exactly right. Those girls do it better.
Used to drive my daddy's Chevy in bright red stiletto heels. Nails and hair all dolled up, pulling bass with a Zippo reel. I'm a small town homegrown 45 smoke show raised up in the boondocks. I love
Three
Aaron?
fantastic interviews. Aaron Stahl, Country Girls Do It Better. We were down in the country in Wellington over this past week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We had a blast. It was fun. Saw a lot of pretty girls. Wish it would have been warmer on Saturday, but it is what it is. We had it today.
We had a lot of luck, I think. Overall, the 3 days, it could have been rain all 3 days and cold. And so we're very lucky. I'm very pleased.
Not one band did a no-show. Everybody showed up that was scheduled to play. They all showed up on time. The load-in was great. All the guys that did sound for us was great all weekend long. Couldn't ask for anything better. It was a great time.
All the bands that played earlier, they stuck around to listen to the other bands. They didn't just get up and leave. They were all supporting each other. It was a good time. Good vibes.
Yeah, great vibes. And then all the bands that did play this weekend are now sharing everything for their experience this weekend. And from what I hear, there's another one that's going to happen in October. And we'll see if we're going to be part of that. I hope so. It'd be very cool. But
there's a few things that'll be different next time, though. That's for sure.
We need to work on our live remote and how we're going to do that a little bit better. And there's a learning curve because it was our very first one. And that's the way it is. So just like on this show, every show we've done has gotten better and better and better. And I know you guys out there can see it. Right?
Well, Tony, the owner of Portik, he was very pleased, it seemed like.
Yeah.
And if he wasn't, he made it look like he was happy. But I think he did good.
Yeah. He was very happy. Andrea, who is the manager of the store, she was very happy. It was a great night. The food was good. The people there were very cool and chill. It was so much fun. And thank you so much for having us out. Outlaw Radio had a good time.
Okay.
So, all right, so I want to read you a little bit. I wanted to do this before we did all of our interviews, but I forgot about it. So I'm going to do it now. And then I'm going to introduce Jim with the Shenane. So I wanted to do this for you so you guys have an idea of why we chose the name Titans of Industry and those guys that we all had on today. So a Titan of Industry refers to a person of exceptional importance, power, and influence. Power, right? In business or a specific industry, who has achieved significant success and wealth. They are often recognized for their leadership, vision, and the impact they have had on their industry or the broader economy. Titans of Industry refers to the most influential and wealthy industrialists in history. During the late 19th and early 20th centuries in the United States, these individuals are often called robber barons, built vast industrial empires and amassed enormous wealth, influencing the course of American history, including Andrew Carnegie, John D. Rockefeller, J.P. Morgan, Cornelius Vanderbilt, Henry Ford, and more recently, individuals like Jeff Bezos, Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and also Elon Musk. And the reason I bring up Elon Musk is because the Shenane has part 2 of the cliffhanger that Jim left us with. So, Mr. Moonlight, the Shenane is your floor next, but these have been often cited as modern-day titans, and that includes Elon Musk. So just give me 1 second to get everything set up, and we're going to bring you the Shenane, okay? Sounds good, right, Jim?
Oh, I'm thrilled right now.
So let me just get you all set up, because I have the Shenane background, and then I also have this. I also want to put up there the Shenane with Mr. Moonlight.
I don't even know how to spell that. It must be a S, right? Starts off with an S.
S-H-A?
Oh,
N-A-Y?
Okay.
N-A-Y. Shenane.
Is that your own word?
No, I've actually named that after your news because of all the Shenane that you're getting on the side with all these silver foxes.
Oh, yeah. I'm so thrilled with that.
We should have called it the Punane news. But no, we went with Shenane.
Oh, gosh.
So here we
keep
go.
Keep going. Keep digging. Dig deeper.
Shenane with the silver fox killer. All right. There you go, Jim.
Okay.
Floor is yours, baby.
Alrighty then. You know, last week I talked about Elon Musk. I figured I didn't know anything about him, and he seems to be one of the top villains or or angels, whatever side you're on. And I'm not here making a point on one side or the other. I'm just trying to give some information out so people that might be interested can listen. Even those that don't like him, you know, they say that you have to know your enemy, so maybe you'll even want to listen.
Well, let me point this out real quick before you continue. Everybody loved Elon Musk at one point. Even the liberals and Democrats loved him when Joe Biden wanted to have electric cars.
And now
I just want to point that out.
Now they
loved him. Okay.
Yeah, they want to burn him by the stake right now. So just a little bit of personal detail. You know, Elon Reeve, R-E-E-V-E, is that Reeve? Musk, born June 28, 1971, in Pretoria, South Africa. His citizenship is South Africa, Canada, and United States from 2002. Well, his political party is independent, and I wanted to mention that my source is Wikipedia, and I have something to say about that too after this. He's had a few spouses, don't need to name them right now, and he's had at least 14 children.
Dang.
Including Vivian Wilson. Don't know about her. His parents are Errol Musk and May, M-A-Y-E Musk. And his education is University of Pennsylvania. He has a B.A. and a B.S.
14 kids?
Yeah, 14 at least.
That's a lot of loving. I was going to use the F word, but...
Well, yeah.
A lot of loving.
Boy, oh boy. 14?
Dang.
Well...
I don't even want one.
So it says here his occupation, he's a co-founder and CEO of XAI, CEO of product architect of Tesla. He's a founder, CEO, and chief engineer of SpaceX. He's actually the chief #1 engineer putting those rockets up into space. That's pretty amazing. He's telling everybody how to do it.
Yeah, that's amazing.
It blows me away. He's president of the Musk Foundation. He's de facto leader of the Department of Government Efficiency, as everybody knows. Not a lot of people are happy about that. He was born a wealthy family in Pretoria, South Africa. Musk immigrated in 1989 to Canada. He graduated from the University of Pennsylvania in the U.S. before moving to California to pursue business ventures. In 1995, Musk co-founded the software company Zip2. Following its sale in 1999, he co-founded X.com, an online payment company that later merged to form PayPal, which was acquired by eBay in 2002. That year, Musk also became a U.S. citizen. In 2002, Musk founded the space technology SpaceX, becoming its CEO and chief engineer. The company has since led innovations in reusable rockets and commercial space flight. And Musk's political activities and views have made him a polarizing figure, to say the least, right? Yeah, to say the least. He has been criticized for making and misleading statements, including COVID-19 misinformation. I guess everything he said is misinformation.
Let me
It
ask you
kind
a
of sounded
question.
like that's weird.
And that story that you're reading, that came from Wikipedia, right?
Right, yeah.
So Wikipedia has deemed his information as false information because they wrote the stuff. Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha, Wikipedia.
You could interpret it either way, I suppose.
Yeah.
But again, we're not taking sides right now. We're just telling you about
Big mushroom cloud of bullshit.
So there's COVID-19
Wikipedia.
misinformation and promoting conspiracy theories too.
Oh boy.
And affirming anti-Semitic,
Heard that, Matt?
racist, and transphobic comments. Boy, oh boy, he's a bad boy,
he's
isn't
a
he?
bad guy, man.
His acquisition of Twitter was controversial due to a subsequent increase in hate speech now.
Dang, man,
Wow,
they're just tearing him
he's
apart
a
on there.
bad boy. And the spread of misinformation on this service. I'm not sure. Wow, everything is bad. Did he
They
do
even say
anything
he has
good?
a small penis. Did you hear that?
Well, it worked at least 14 times, though. You know.
Yeah, it did. He has no ED problem going on in that house.
At least back then, you know,
Yeah.
especially since the 2024 U.S. presidential election, Musk has been heavily involved in politics as a vocal supporter of Trump. Ooh, Musk was the largest donor in the 2024 U.S. presidential election and is a supporter of global far-right figures, causes, and political parties. His role in the second Trump administration, particularly in regards to Doge, has attracted public backlash. So it's not a lot of nice stuff they're talking about here.
Janine said misinformation is the term to mask the truth.
Oh, interesting.
She's right.
Very good. So next week I'll talk about his early life. So there's going to be a few more episodes here about Elon Musk, so we all could judge for ourselves what we think about the guy. I didn't know anything. I thought this would be interesting for some people.
I didn't know anything about Elon Musk either. That's more information than I ever heard about him.
You know, it's known that Wikipedia is pretty far left, right?
Well, yeah.
And we all know that. And it's just funny, I was on YouTube and I saw a post, the Hodge twins, and I guess there's some new news out about Wikipedia. They're going to be on the firing line now really soon here. They're being accused of supporting the left and keeping things shady for the right. So we'll have to see. I wanted to get that bit and read about that to be more specific on what it's about, but I guess I could follow up with that next week, or maybe you'll even know. So that's about it, Jeff. What do you think?
I thought it was excellent, as always. And I'd like to add my 2 cents to a couple things that you talked about. Okay?
Okay.
What I'd like to say is this. Wikipedia, right, is just like any other platform. They have agendas like many other people do. And they're like the news. So I don't really I don't base my judgments on what I hear. I base my judgments on what I see and hear. So for instance, I used to tell my friends all the time, but did you watch the press conference? Did you actually hear the words that came out of the man's mouth? He never said that. See, what so much happens is that the news media picks up the press conference, right? And then they exaggerate and they overindulge in things that are not even meaningful, right? So then they put that information out there, and then we have stupid people in this country. I'm sorry to say it, there are a lot of fucking stupid people. And the problem is they hear this shit, and then they just go online and spew all this bullshit. But they never actually freaking watch the press conference. Watch that goddamn shit, and then you have a fucking judgment to say and open your fucking stupid mouth and say something. But don't put misinformation on there because of what you heard from the news. The news is lying to us. They've been lying to us for years. Just like all this fraud and stuff we're finding with Doge and all that. This has been going on for decades. Just like Matt Google will tell you, the UFO stuff, decades. They have been hiding shit from us for years and years and decades since the beginning, man. The beginning, man.
Oh, what do you know?
That's my 2 cents. That's what I feel about it.
Well, you explained yourself pretty well.
Also, I want to say this. Elon Musk, I also knew nothing about him. The only thing I knew that the dude had Tesla and he had some spaceship that he sends up and it comes down and lands by itself. That's all I knew about him before he really got involved with President Trump. Now, let me say this about it. Why did he go from the Democrats to the Republicans? Or, in my opinion, Trump's not even a Republican. He might be in that party, but the man's a patriot. He's going to sizzle and tear down Republicans as well that are stealing from this government. He's going to do it to the Democrats, the Libertarians, the Liberals, the Independents. He don't care. He's going after all you. All you fake bastards, okay? He's going after all you. All right? Because the man's a patriot. He's not even part of the political party. But so I'll say this about Tesla. I didn't know anything about him. But the man is a capitalist. He has to be a capitalist to do what he does. He's a go-getter, just like Stephen Walters, just like Mark Berry, just like Dan Portik, and the two of us. He's going after what he wants, all right? And you have to be a capitalist in this country because I don't want to work alongside making $30,000 a year, and everybody makes $30,000 a year. What's to live for, man? What's the incentive to try to make $1 million or $1 billion if everybody needs to make the same amount? That's stupid. So yeah, he's a capitalist. He went after what he wanted. He joined the Republican Party because he knew Trump was going to make changes, and maybe he's going to make changes in his own industry that's going to help his country. Why would you want to do 4 more stupid fucking years with Biden, losing millions of dollars and send all your jobs overseas, bring in all the illegals, and take away jobs? Why would he want that? So, of course, he went with Trump. All right? That's my 2 cents. I'm done.
Well, very good. Very good.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You went on for a while, but it's.
I went on a rant, man.
You know, I don't know. Has Elon Musk changed in the past decade or something? His political views, or is it that the left?
I wouldn't know.
Has gone further left, and he's pretty much where he has been. I don't know. Maybe when we read up a little bit more about him and study up on him in the next couple of weeks, we'll know more about that, and we can make a decision.
I wouldn't know because I didn't know anything about him until you started really talking about him. The only thing I knew about him is, like I told you, he had the Teslas, and he had that rocket, okay? And I knew he was a rich guy.
And he has at least 14 kids. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I didn't know until he started supporting Trump that he supported Biden and all them. I didn't know he was a Democrat. I had no idea that even he was part of Biden's plan to make these electric cars. Didn't know about that whatsoever. The first thing I knew was I saw that he was part of Trump. I saw him in the Oval Office when they were doing the executive orders and they were talking about Doge and all that stuff. I was like, wow, this is crazy. And then when I found out about all his past, that he's part of the liberal movement, I was shocked. He jumped the fence, man.
Haven't heard much in the past few days about any new stories from Doge. I wonder what they're working on right now. But I guess he's going to be with them for a while still.
Oh, yeah, they're trying to freaking block everything that they're doing. Every single thing that Trump wants to try to do, they're blocking it. And then the other crazy thing is you watch the news, and the news is all screwed up, and nobody's reporting it. I watched this thing with Redacted, and Colonel Douglas was on. And he's like, listen, people, the United States is in real trouble. They didn't hear the 4 years of Biden that just pretty much buried the United States, and so much money going to the migrants, so much money going to all these different countries and all these different things that Trump's found and Doge has found. America is in real trouble. We're really close to a depression.
Well,
we could go off the edge.
Some good news about collecting tariffs. And I guess the past month, I guess we collected $15 billion or something like that. So it seems like the tariffs are going to work to the dismay of many people. They'd rather see the tariffs fail and the country fail just to get at Trump.
Well, I'm not going to go into the tariffs right now, but that is a topic for another show.
Tactical nuke incoming!
Segment for politics. We don't really like to key in on that. We'd rather play the Beatle music and stuff.
Yeah, that's true. But we will eventually talk about tariffs because I have learned a lot about tariffs. I've been studying. And one thing I'll say that'll leave you on a cliffhanger because you guys will want to hear this probably very soon from us is that why should they charge us a ton of money and we can't turn around and charge them money?
People are complaining all day long. Oh, look, we're paying for this. Who's paying for this and everything? Hey, it's your choice to buy goods from China. Buy goods from America. You don't have to pay any of the tariffs.
You guys won't.
So it's all on you if you're dumb enough to buy something from China when you could buy it from the United States. I don't know. Who knows what the price would be.
We have just as good technology, and we're not using slave labor. The reason why you're getting those low prices is they have little kids in shops making slave labor so that they could send it to you cheap.
50 cents an hour or something like that.
It's disgusting. And everybody's so righteous about blah, 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 blah. You got slaves making your products. Slaves, okay? And then you're trying to point the finger and saying that tariffs don't work. United States has been taking it up the ass for years and years and decades and centuries, bro. Take it in the ass.
We just
okay?
want to make it even.
It needs to be even. We need to make our money.
That is right, and I think we're starting to do that. I can't
That's
wait
right.
for the next 6 months to see how the tariff income coming in, how that grows, and we'll just see.
So, yes.
I think it's looking good.
Janine Spring they said they have Trump derangement. We know it. We already know it. But Angel, I want to thank you for watching the show today. Janine, Matt Gutka, My Cleveland Project, Awaiting Abigail, Johnny Rocker. I hope you feel better out there. I hope you caught the show tonight. So many people joined us today. I also want to thank the Zack Attack, Mark S. Berry, Stephen M. Walters, Dan Portik. It's been a fantastic show.
Yes, it has. Good job for both of us.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Hey, we all get that. You can only talk so much before you start to lose that voice, man. As you know, rock and roll star over here singing. I've blown my vocals out so many times.
The definitely helped today. I had this sore throat when I woke up, and it is gone. So anybody that wants your tickle in your throat to go away right here where you're coughing, let me know. I'll send you some free stuff. It'll go away immediately.
And if it doesn't work, Jim will come over, and he'll tickle your fancy. All right, so we've been Outlaw Radio. We had a fantastic time tonight. As always, it's a great time.
See ya.
Hi, this is Jeff James.
And this is Mr. Moonlight.
And you're listening to Outlaw Radio.
Whoopee,
All right,
it's
guys.
over.
Whoopee, it's over. On to next week. This is Nightmare Empire with Something Wicked. See you, Cleveland.
Ha 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 ha!